Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Is that the wrong remote? What? There we go. All right. How's everybody doing on this Saturday? It is a beautiful day outside. We are all still alive. Thank goodness. I'm a child of the 60s, born in 1965. And back in my day, change took a long time. But see, we're in the internet age where, it used to be when football, you had a game on Sunday, you didn't really get all the details of everything until Sports Illustrated came out on Fridays. That's where you got all your in-depth pictures and everything else, because there was no media like there is now. There was no ESPN. There was nothing that spread it out there other than the George Michael Sports Machine that was on Sunday nights for 30 minutes, which recapped the sports of the week. That's it. So everything took time to do. But now things happen so quickly, almost in warp speed. And what I want you to understand is right now, in real time, you are witnessing history in the same way that gay rights and gay marriage and stuff, it just went from 0 to 60. You're seeing in front of our eyes right now a change in culture that to me is just unbelievable. Some people aren't going to like it. But see, what you have to understand, and I'm not trying to get into all the if and ands and everything else about this and stuff. Understand, it's not about taking anything away from anybody else. It's not. It's about opening the doors up for others to be part. It's addition by addition. It's not subtraction. And to see what we're seeing that's going on. Jamel Adams, who's from Dallas, who's in Dallas, this is him actually yesterday. Marching yesterday. And see, people take it as, all lives matter. Police matter. White people matter. Everybody matters. We understand that. We understand that. But we don't see... Okay, let's understand. Everybody's life is important. We can all agree on that. But it's not open season on other people. So, I know I've turned some people off that are just like, screw you, I'm done with this, it's not sports. But it is sports, because sports has always been a driver for change. From baseball, having the first black player, from 1948 when the NFL started integrating, to the protests and the Olympics. Football, in that locker room, they don't give a rat's ass if you're black, white, or whether. All they care about, can you help us win a game? And that's where we should be as a country. It doesn't matter what color you are. Can you help make our country better? That's what matters. That's what matters. And I'm going to equate this to bankruptcy. If you've ever been in financial issues, you can't pay your bills. There's no way out. There's bankruptcy, although some people use it as a business way of, getting out of paying their debts intentionally, and will do it over and over again. But if you are, you've had medical expenses and things, or you were stupid with credit cards, or you go through a divorce and, or the economy happens and your house is no longer worth what you originally thought it was, there's bankruptcy. And see, what bankruptcy does is it gives you a fresh start. And see, even though you declare bankruptcy, it's not the end of everything. Because in 2 years from bankruptcy, you can go buy another car, buy another house, depending on what you do after you declare bankruptcy. If you make a change in your spending habits, because what they look at is they don't look and say, all the shit that happened before, oh hell no, we're not going to take another risk on you. They look from the time you admitted, I screwed up. They look at from that moment forward what you do to make changes. Okay, I screwed up. So now I got me a credit card, 35% interest, but I'm paying that sucker on time and I'm not maxing it out. Okay, good job. You made a change. So we'll go ahead and we'll get you a car loan. It's going to be 13% interest, but we'll see what you do with that. Okay, you get that. Hey, you're paying that thing on time, The next one you get, it gets better and better because they look at what you did from the time you admitted that you made a mistake and you were trying to change. And this is Drew Brees having basically a metaphoric bankruptcy. And maybe this is a good thing because when you know better, you do better. And sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to wake up. You've heard me say that many, many times. And unless you've been in somebody else's shoes, you don't understand what it feels like. So Drew Brees, who said what he said about the flag, and I think he misinterpreted the question, but basically said there's no reason ever, just basically, no, you're disrespecting my grandfathers, my ancestors, without having the whole picture. He has had an awakening. He's had his metaphoric bankruptcy. So don't judge somebody who's done something in the past, because this is what we do. We hold somebody for what they did a long time ago. I did some stupid shit when I was a teenager, when I was in college. But you can't judge me as the person I am now because of that shit I did back then. He ended up putting this out on Instagram after he first apologized yesterday morning and then did a video apology. He actually sent this to the president. And this takes guts. Through my ongoing conversations with friends, teammates, and leaders in the black community, I realized that this is not about an issue about the American flag. It has never been. We can no longer use the flag to turn people away or distract them from the real issues that face our black communities. And I'll add to that also too. It's not just black. It's poor. It's Hispanic. Because that's where the real division is haves and have nots. Sorry, I didn't mean to digress. We did this back in 2017, and regretfully, I brought it back with my comments this week. We must stop talking about our flag and shift our attention to the real issues of systematic racial injustice, economic oppression, police brutality, and justice and prison reform. We are in a critical juncture in our nation's history. If not now, then when? We as a white community need to listen and learn from the pain and suffering of our black communities. We must acknowledge the problems, identify the solutions, and put into action. The black community cannot do it alone. This requires all of us. Amen. Amen. And I will still continue to say, our country is better together than ripping ourselves apart. I know I've lost followers. I get that. I understand that. And maybe the ones who don't see it that way, maybe I'm better off not having them. But instead of just saying, screw you, I'd rather try and educate people who like me or used to like me before they heard this. Understand, I'm still the same person. You're just understanding more of what I go through in my pain. And I'm not trying to disrespect you or take anything from you. I just want to make sure that we're equal. And that's what it's about. So a few days ago, before what's happened in the last 24 hours. I looked at what the Dallas Cowboys did in 2017 and figured there's no chance in the world that Jamel Adams, being outspoken the way he is, in the same way that Demario Davis is for social justice and things, and outspoken the way Colin Kaepernick and Reed were, that the Cowboys would have that on their team until now. Seems to be a sea change for the NFL to admit they were wrong. I'm still taken aback by that, and we're seeing so many businesses and people that are beginning to stand up and saying enough is enough. It's a new day. It's a new day. So, that being said, the Dallas Cowboys may have interest in Jamel Adams. If you're talking about trying to make changes in social justice, having a guy who's there on the front lines as part of your fold might not be a bad idea. We'll see what happens. I'm Mark Holmes, and of course, you know you're going to be seeing me all day, because that's what we do here at the Joe Boo Sports Report. We just never shut up. Have a blessed, wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.